Well, nice to see you today. Just going to go over a couple of points that we discussed during today's session. I've got two swings here. The one on the left is the first one we did, which was quite a nice strike. And the one on the second one was, again, just a little bit later. But this one wasn't as good a strike. It was a little bit thin. And we just sort of analysed the swings, or the two swings during the session, just to give you an idea of why you hit the two different shots. Now, the first sort of area we did touch on, the video on the right-hand side where you hit the ball a little bit thin, I said there looked like a little bit more weight on the right-hand side there in the address. Just looking at the red lines up there that I've put on, you can just see a little bit more shoulder tilt. So your right shoulder is just a little bit further down than your left shoulder than it was on the shot that you did, which was quite a good strike. The other area that we discussed was the movement during the swing and the position you return back to at impact. So if we just discuss and show you that swing first of all, the one of the good swings will take you to the top of that backswing, which is back a little bit more. Okay, so that's about the top of the swing there, and then we take you to the top of the swing on the one on the right. Oops. Try again. Okay, so the good swing on the left, or the better strike on the left, you can see there that the swing's a little bit shorter in the backswing. Still moved a little bit to the right during that backswing, and the left heel has come up off the ground a little bit. The video on the right hand side, which was the inconsistent swing, just probably moved a little bit more to the right during that backswing, and the backswing is a little bit longer than the other one. Again, that's probably just causing you to move just that split a little bit more distance to the right during that backswing. As we take you now down back into impact position, just to compare those two. Back to impact there, and then this one. Okay, so two very similar positions. The good strike that you see on the left hand side, you just returned pretty much back to where you started, which is good. Your head's almost back into the circle, and your upper part of your chest is actually now working in front of this green line, allowing you to get more of a consistent strike and catch the golf ball at the bottom of your golf swing. The video here on the right hand side, you can see now that your upper part of your chest, is just really just approaching the centre of your golf swing. So not working the same distance to the left hand side as the good strike. And also you can see that your head there is just a little bit more outside of that circle than the other shot. Another area I'd like to note, the good swing that you hit here on the left hand side, you can see the angle of your shoulders. We mentioned those at the start. The shoulders actually return back to the same sort of angle as they were at address. Whereas the shoulders on the swing where you hit the ball a little bit thin, your body's working slightly behind that line, and you've also increased that shoulder tilt. So your left shoulder is now much higher than your right shoulder than it was at address. Again, creating a position where you're trying to lift that golf ball up into the air. So again, I think that's more of a reason why you've caught that shot a little bit thin. Although your body's returning back to somewhere similar as it was when it started, just that little bit of extra shoulder tilt there is causing the club to come up or hit the golf ball on the upswing a little bit more quickly. The other areas that we did discuss was your hands leading that golf club. You can just see the video here on the left hand side. You've got a little bit of a kink there with your hands there, where your club head is just actually taken over your hands. Again, that's going to add loft. What that does, it brings the club in a little bit shallower, and again sometimes can create the club hitting the golf ball on the upswing or the club lifting as it reaches the golf ball, creating an inconsistent strike as well. So we sort of suggested for you to work on trying to get the hands leading that golf club into the golf ball to create more of a downward strike. So a couple of areas to work on there. Really sort of trying to get your shoulders at the same level every time you set up to the golf ball and creating the same sort of positions. With your weight we sort of suggested for you to have the weight favouring the left side a little bit more, just to leaven out those shoulders. Also try and make the same backswing, trying to stay a little bit more centred so it's easier for you to get your weight working in front of that line to get that downward strike on the golf ball, and also combine that with your hands leading the club head into the golf ball will just create that consistent strike or that downward strike onto the golf ball, creating those more consistent shots. So if you continue working on the drills that we gave you, if you've got any problems, just give us a call. But I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon.